Hello and welcome to Janet Teaches DRU Yoga. In this video, I'm just going to introduce you to a couple of what we refer to as hip opening exercises. Because, you know, we can do all sorts doing this way, but you need to be opening as well. Keep that flexibility. And if you've got stiff hips, you tend to do it less. So these are, you know, always do it before you get to the point if you've got stiff hips. Prevention rather than just going for the cure. So even if your hips are absolutely fine, do these anyway, and they keep you that way, okay? So the first one I'm going to show you is the butterfly, which is a personal favourite. Now with the butterfly, and with any of these things, you know, that's one thing DRU Yoga taught me, although I'd been doing yoga for 9-10 years when I first met my teachers at DRU Yoga. It was showing me the technique so that I could achieve the posture in the best way possible and more easily, more often than not. So if I just show you sideways, if I'm just sat like that, can you see you've got the curve in the back, your tummy's all scrunched in, your shoulders are forward, not going to do that good. So the first thing you do is up on your sitting bones, and then you pull the flesh out from your bottom. That gives you a nice flat base and a lovely straight back, okay? So if I come round so you can see me. So do that first of all, up on your sitting bones, pull the flesh out, okay? Ooh, that feels better, doesn't it? Now, soles of your feet together, okay? And then link your fingers and slide underneath. And then you just start to release down. Now use your breath. Breath in, always in and out through the nose. And on the breath out, releasing. Okay? Keep your shoulders down and the chin lifted. What you don't want to be doing is this, because you end up in that horrible scrunched movement. I say, just imagine the knees coming down each time. You will find, you can see mine is slightly up on this side. That's perfectly normal to have one slightly higher than the other. And then just breathe and release. This is also really good for releasing indigestion and heartburn. So you get other advantages with this. Now, you need to do this perhaps a few times a week, maybe for 5 minutes, because you want to get your legs into the habit of going there. So whether it's just sat watching the TV or reading a book, whatever, it doesn't matter. But just releasing. So keep that shoulders down and the chin slightly lifted. Now you can hold that for as long as you comfortably can, and you know, make it one perhaps that you do a little bit each day, and you'll get further and hold it for longer each time. To come out of it, put your hands underneath your knees. Don't, because if you just suddenly bring the knees in, you're putting too much strain on the muscles. So gently bring them in, out in front, and then give those legs a good rub where you just stretch them. Okay, muscles always appreciate that. So one you can do on a regular basis. Now, the other one is known as the hip adductor. Now, I'll show it you, but I'll also show you a couple of adaptations that you can do. So the full one, you're going to be in a nice squat. Now, you want your feet, as I've got them, hip width apart. Now, the way you can judge that is 2 fists together, neatly fit between your feet. That's your hip width. Now, fingertips really important here, because you want to get the lift. If you're down here, there's no lift, that's not doing anything, is it? Up you come and bring the hands back by the side of your hips so that you're not, again, too far forwards. And then you bring the hands either side of one knee. You take the leg out to the side. I'm just going to move a little bit to this side so you can see better. Again, bring those fingertips back, lifting the chest. Now you can see I'm pulling my toes in, and that's giving me, and I'm pushing the heel away, and that's giving me a lovely stretch in the back of the leg, as well as opening up the hip. Now you do want to make sure that it's, I'll just show you, nice and square. You don't want the leg here somewhere and turning in. That's not opening the hip. You want to make sure it's open. And just lifting in that chest and pulling those toes back. Now, if you can't manage that, there are 2 adaptations you can do. One of them is to come down and flatten the toes and just sit on your heel. Don't be sitting over to one side and doing that, because that's not helping. You want to be up, and pull the toes in, get your stretch, get two things out of it. You're stretching the back of the leg as well as opening up the hips, and you need that stretch to help you open the hips. And you can hold it like that. Or you can come up. Now, I'm on my knee and I've got my toes flat at the back. If you have your toes up, you throw yourself forward. So nice and flat. And again, just let the hand rest, lifted in that chest, those shoulders back slightly. And I'll just move again so you can see me. On the heel, pull the toes in. Lovely. Really nice lift. At the same time, those hip joints are open. And then you draw the leg in. Now we're going to do it again on the other side. So I'm just going to do the full one. So I'm back to my squat, fingertips either side. Bring the leg out, make sure it's nice right angle. On the heel, pull the toes in, bring the fingertips back, lift through the chest. Again, if the muscle's feeling a bit tight, use your breath out as if imagine it coming through those muscles. And then fingertips down to draw the leg in. And again, just take yourself, and you can see, bring the legs out, give them a shake, give them a rub. Always do that afterwards you've done anything, give your ankles a little shake. So both of those, really good. So opening up those hips, and do them before you get to the bad hip stage. And then at least, you're not having to reach that. You have got bad hips, bit by bit, obviously. I would probably start off on the one where you're up here and doing that. But do try and keep yourself facing forwards so that you're not turning to the leg, you're lifting and opening. Okay. So I hope that's been helpful. So work on your hips. Thank you very much. Namaste.